Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on two hops. I am working on Scraptember, day number 25. Today's prompt is Christmas. It is also the day of the Christmas in September hop. So I will be doing both of those hops today. I am using a freckled fawn kit with a title from a Vicky Bouton collection. If you've been watching my channel for very long, you know that I've been trying to use up a combination of two of her older Christmas collections. I am down to only the 6x8 paper pad, which is fine, but I wanted some 12x12 papers, and so I pulled in this freckled fawn kit, and I'm going to be using these for my layout. So I've got some cut aparts here. Well, yeah, pocket cards, cut aparts. I've got five of those here. There's some wood veneer. I'm not sure we're going to use those. We've got some of the puffy stickers. There's washi tape here. There are label stickers and the little tiny alphas. So I'm going to pause. We're going to go ahead and get started, and I will be right back. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this sheet of 12x12 pattern paper down into 3 4x12 pieces of paper. One of them I will leave 4x12. The other one I'm going to cut down to 4x10. This black and white diagonal stripe I'm cutting at 3.5 inches by 10. And I'm going to be using a corner rounder on the corners on two corners, and on the other piece I will use it on all 4 corners, and you'll see why here in a minute. At first I want to get my red pattern paper cut down so that I have what I need. And actually I think I lied. I think the red is going to be 4x11, not 4x10, because these are 3.5 by 10. So I'm going to tuck this one down, just kind of center it there. I was going to use the dotted side of the background paper, but decided I didn't really care for that look. So I flipped it over, and I'm using that floral print. I think it's really pretty, and I end up pulling in that color of cardstock to map my photos with here in a little bit. So here, this one, I'm not going to tuck under the red one. I'm going to layer it over the top of it, and this way I have both of those patterns on each side of my 2-page layout. First, I thought I might try to mat that large 5x7 photo of the Christmas tree with the colorful squares. I didn't like it. It was not white enough anyway. It just wasn't what I was looking for. So now I'm going to take a couple of these photos and I'm going to trim them down. I have those 2 pocket cards that have a little spot for photos in them, and so I am going to put photos in those. And I know I could just get a ruler and measure it. I didn't, and so I'm just kind of making it work, and I get them on there, and then I trim them down into squares or very close to squares for the second page of this layout. Now initially I thought that I might put these on the first page, but in the end I end up putting them on the second page, and I'm really happy with how everything laid out here. So just keep watching and you'll see what I'm doing. Here I'm just going to try to get these mats even-ish. And again, I know I could have measured. I didn't pull out the ruler. I was trying to get this done quickly, and I thought this was just faster. And so I'm just playing guessing games on how large these photos need to be to fit. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and trim first, and then go ahead and stick that photo on there. It all works out in the end anyway. So I did mention that I'm going to bring in some green cardstock to mat these photos with. But first I'm going to go ahead and lay these out to make sure I get them on here the way that I want. This photo here, I'm going to go ahead and trim it down as well. And what you're looking at is our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, ready for the kids to open up presents the next morning. And then I've taken several photos of the ornaments on the tree, some of our favorite ornaments, the ones that I like to put on there. There's an ornament on that right-hand side. If you could zoom in, you would see that it is a little cradle with a baby in it, and then that is for the baby that we lost during the second trimester. We bought her a Christmas ornament. It still goes on our Christmas tree so that we're still thinking of her each Christmas, and so I included it on this layout as one of our special ornaments. I did pull out some more Vicky Bouton stuff. I decided that I didn't have enough embellishment, and I also will pull in a third cut apart card, and I will fussy cut it off camera. You won't see me do that, but it'll end up on that right hand page. Now, this is a kind of the way that I typically use cut aparts or pocket cards. They're not my thing, and so I will typically use them A, for journaling, or B, to cut out the icons. And then here's a third way. I use two of them for matting photos. I like to do that. That is just the way that I kind of pull them in and use them on my regular 12 by 12 layouts, or in this case 12 by 24, since it's a double page layout. I thought that these presents were really cute, and since this is Christmas and there's Christmas presents underneath the tree because it's Christmas Eve. I don't know about you guys, we don't put presents under the tree until Christmas Eve. That has just always been the thing. And the story behind that is because when I was 8, my mom and her boyfriend put all of our Christmas presents underneath the Christmas tree, and I opened them. I put little slits in them, and I got caught, and I got into a lot of trouble. So as a mom, I remember that, and I just didn't put Christmas presents under our tree until the night before. That way, little ones didn't have that temptation to peek before Christmas. And I love that it builds the anticipation. My favorite thing when the kids were little was watching them come down the stairs out of their bedrooms, all excited, jumping up and down to see all of the gifts that are under the Christmas tree. That always made my morning and made Christmas special for me. So I've got, like I said, some wordy bits from the Vicky Bouton collections, and I'm using 2 pieces from this title set. I'm using Family Time and Deck the Halls, and I pulled in the ampersand from the Vicky Bouton thicker set that goes with, I think, Warm Wishes, or it could be the other collection, Evergreen and Holly, are the 2 that I have sitting out to play with. So I'm just going to start putting out these little phrases, and they say things like favorite decoration. They say memories or moments, and there's a couple of others. And here is where I decide that I'm not really sure I like not having an icon on that right-hand side page. So here I am putting out 2 of the little strips. This is from one of those other cut-aparts, and I cut it into labels, and I'm going to use it just like I would labels. Again, that's another way that I use cut-aparts. This time I cut down a journaling card into labels, and I used it for journaling. A lot of times I will just leave them whole if they aren't. I don't like the ones that have the 4 or 5 white spaces. I don't like the way that looks, so I just cut them down and use them in a manner that I like to use them. I'm going to put a few of these puffy hearts, and then I'm going to stop. All right, I got my layout completely finished. I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. Off camera, I went ahead and popped up a little bit of the things on foam adhesive here and here, and these 2 items. I also took another one of the pocket cards and cut out another icon for this corner because I felt like it needed something right there, decorative, so I did that. You saw that I brought in a little bit more things from the Vicky Bouton collection that I've been trying to use up. I feel like those embellishments are going to go on forever, which is awesome because that's great for your pocketbook, but it's really hard to use everything up. So I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. Make sure that you check the playlists below. There is one for Scraptember and there is one for Christmas in September as well. I believe the one for Christmas in September is now going to be a playlist that we use each month, so there may be other months' Christmas videos on there as well. Thank you again for being here. If you are not a subscriber, I would absolutely love to have you subscribe to my channel. You guys are important to me, and if you have any comments or questions, just ask and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure that you click that like button. That lets YouTube know that I've done a good job and that y'all want to see my creations. You guys have a great day. Bye.